You saw in that video that I started with, my mother came to my college graduation. And the day she showed up, she said, listen, Kevin, I've got really good news for you. I'm coming to the graduation, but I also want to tell you that I've paid for you from birth till today. I said, yeah. Well, it's over. My work is done. You're on your own. I said, what's that mean, Mom? She said, the dead bird under the nest never learned how to fly. I said, Mom, that's a great poem, but I need some cash. I don't have a job. She said, I don't care. You got to go figure it out on your own. You've been a long investment, and now you're free to go do what you're going to do. I had a tough couple of years, but the reason I bring it up is that decades later, when she passed away, I'm the older brother, and 2 years older than my brother Shane. And I got a phone call from the lawyer, and he said, you've got to come down here. You're the executive of your mother's estate now, and she died a very wealthy woman. I said, what? How is that possible? What she had done, we learned this later, obviously, because she had been married to 2 different men during her life, and she kept a secret account for both of them her entire life.
What?
She had been taking 10% of her paycheck from when she was a young working woman and investing in 2 things. In this portfolio, she was not a stock analyst or a portfolio manager. She had a simple belief in getting paid to wait when she invested. So she would buy bonds that paid interest, and all she had in that account were telco bonds. She used to tell my brother, and I remember this vividly, people will shut their heat off before they'll give up their phone because they love to talk. Very simple. She was right. On the other side of the portfolio were large dividend-paying stocks, stuff like Coca-Cola, that kind of thing. She owned that for almost 50 years. So I went and did some research. There were 21 of those stocks. In any period you look at it in the stock market, you'll find this really interesting. This chart just shows 2 things. It shows where you make money when you invest in stocks. You either make it when the stocks go up in value, that's called appreciation, or you make it when they pay you a dividend. It turns out that any period you look at, 70% of the returns come from dividends, not capital appreciation. After all, if you buy a stock that doesn't pay a dividend, the only way you can make money is if it goes up in price. Sometimes they don't. But if you get paid the portion of the profits each quarter, you make money, regardless of what the price of the stock is. That's all she invested in. When I saw this data, it changed my mind forever. Almost everything I invest in now in stocks pays a dividend because I like to get paid. I don't necessarily care what the price is tomorrow or today, but I want my quarterly dividend. And I want that because it's where the returns are. It's certainly an interesting thing to think about. Now, you don't have to pick stocks. I don't. I use ETFs, exchange-traded funds. They're very inexpensive, they're very transparent, they're very tax efficient, and there are thousands of them to choose from. You can do it online yourself. Most online brokers, that's how I do it. Here's some other things I learned. Diversification is the only free lunch in investing. I never let a stock become more than 5% of my net worth. Now, there's a downside to this, I'll explain it. In the last few years, my 2 biggest winners were Apple and Boeing. They both paid dividends, they both were going up in value, and each 90 days I had to sell more of them to keep them to 5% weighting. But then when they both blew up, I lost nothing because I'd already got all my money back from the investments by having sold them every 90 days for 5 years. I didn't get the 100% of the upside, but I didn't care. Keeping this diversification rule gives you a lot of strength in terms of risk reduction. If you do this, you'll only get about 65 to 70% of the downside when the stock market corrects versus 100% of it, and about 80% of the upside. And again, you don't need to do this yourself. There are ETFs, the ones I buy, are capped out at 5% weighting of any stock. So it's done for me automatically. Very simple. It's a simple rule. The other diversification rule, we have 11 sectors in our economy now. We just added real estate in the last couple of years. Never let a sector like technology become 80% of your net worth. Remember all those people who lost all their money during the internet burst? It's because they let too many stocks become too concentrated. And when that sector corrected, it was a disaster. Last year, energy was terrible as a sector. This year, it's one of the hottest sectors. You just keep some diversity in all the sectors. Again, ETFs can do this for you, multi-sectoral ETFs. A little research on your time, maybe an hour, you'll figure this out. This is my mother's rule. I don't own anything that doesn't produce either interest or a dividend. I live off what the portfolio spins off in cash, and I need to do this. I never touch the principal because I have a very expensive wife. And she likes to renovate stuff. And I say, that's great, but you can't touch the principal, ever, because I don't know how long we're going to live. It's that simple. I like fixed income. Bonds are boring. They only make you about 3%, but they're very stable. Right now the market's on fire again. It's been very volatile lately. You don't know when it's going to correct. I have my portfolio with 50% fixed income, including real estate that generates income. Very, very boring. I like it a lot. And as you pass the age of 40, you have to start pursuing preservation of wealth, not performance in the portfolio. In other words, you have to take less risk. That means you do not invest in your brother's restaurant or some disco somewhere or something that you may not get your money back from. If you're going to do things like that, you should assume you're going to lose it, because you probably will. This is way better. Be very, very, very conservative, and that nest egg will be there forever. But there's something else to worry about that I guarantee will happen to everybody else in this room. Because it happened to me, and it's going to happen to you. In life, poo-poo happens. There is no question. Catastrophic illness, car accident, business fails, something in the family goes wrong. You need cash. You try and keep around 10%. You can make about 1.7%. Birth to the last day of college, and then they get nothing. Zero. Now, I went home the day I did that, and got in front of them when they were watching cartoons and explained it to them. Okay. But this thing guarantees, if they ever have kids, full freight for their children, even if they're not married, from birth to the last day of college and then nothing. Years later, when my son was in grade 10 and doing really poorly, I mean really poorly, he came to me and said, Dad, can you walk me through that trust deal again? I said, sure, here's how it works. Mom and I are going out to a movie tonight, then we're going to go out for dinner, but if we get run over by a bus, you don't have to worry. You're going to be able to finish high school, because it doesn't look like you have to worry about college. And then he said, what happens after that? I said, then you get nothing. The dead bird under the nest never learns how to fly, I told him. And he said, that sucks. You must be kidding. Now, I don't know if it was facing the abyss that he realized he was looking at that evening, the uncertainty of his future in a few years. But I said to him, look, you've got time. You're full freight until you finish high school. And if you get into college, it's full freight too. Today, he's in third year electrical engineering. He's probably going to get a job. How he got into school, I have no idea. But he worked like hell because he saw the darkness on the other side. Highly motivational, in my opinion. And I said to him, look, if you graduate and get a job out there, don't come to me for the first investment if you want to start a company. I'll want a royalty, you know that. Go get other investors. The whole point is you want people to launch independently. And how you define that for yourself and your own family is your decision. My definition of freedom now, I work all week. I really enjoy what I do. I like being here with you today. I like to talk about this with families. I say to mine, look, pick a place anywhere on earth every weekend. I don't care where it is. And I'll fly you, your boyfriends and girlfriends, and everybody there, and we'll spend the weekend together. And on Monday morning, everybody flies off to wherever they're going to go to. We do it every weekend. Very often, I'll go see my stepfather who lives in Geneva, Switzerland. And most of the time, Trevor is obviously under a lot of stress, and electrical engineering is a tough course. We'll say, I'll come with you. I like to go visit George. We'll get on a plane. Recently leaving Logan, I'll never forget this. He said to me, Dad, why is it every time we get on this plane to go over to Zurich, I have to take a left and go sit in the back, and you go to the front, and they give you a bag, large screen TV. They roll a roast beef by you on a trolley. And I'm back in 69D. And I said, Trevor, you don't have any money. He goes, thank you so much. I'm going to sign this guitar. This is a wonderful Stratocaster Squire Fender. I'm going to make it a lot more wonderful right now. And then somebody's going to win it.
Let's give it up for Mr. Wonderful here today. Yes! Thank you. Okay, now, if you want this guitar, you better make some noise here, folks, okay? That's how we do it here. Ladies and gentlemen, is there a Justin DE0125?
Oh my God. Right here.
Justin. There it is.
Congratulations.
Give it for Justin.
Nice.
That's questions, if you're on the fence, if you'd like to know more about this real estate 3-day, our staff is going to be up here on the stage.